Hello, people. It's your boy Ambassador again doing his thing. As usual, I start with like, share, subscribe. Most importantly, comment. It's titled Just My Opinion for a reason. I'm giving my opinion. I want your opinion. In the comment section, we need to get active. So, usually I talk about political things, but this time around, I'll talk about more of a social thing. The video I'll be looking at or reacting to it's various celebrities talking about what success and happiness means to them. And it's clear at times when I even watch videos like this, I start to question most of my decisions and choices and plans in life because you're building all of these things. If these people have surely the one day they were thinking like you, that when I get to this place I'll be happy and I'll have everything that I want. But if they have gotten there and they're having all of these questions, I mean, like, it's real time celebrities saying what they are saying in regards to success and happiness. I begin to put all of my some of my dreams and plans in question, like, yeah, I think success will just be what you think it is, because in this video they're talking about success and what they thought it was going to be and lead to their happiness, but they got to the success but not necessarily translate to happiness. And is it really success if it does not translate to happiness? All of those questions are based to the individual.
When people say, oh, I want to be like you, I want to be an actor, I want to look like you, the question I always ask them is why? Like, really, why? And people, and especially America, this idea of fame, that to be famous means that you're successful, that you're happy.
When How I Met Your Mother first went on the air, I ran into an actress that I knew, and she said, "Are you just like so happy all the time?" And I remember thinking, does she really think that when CBS picked up the show, it left me with an inability to feel anything other than unbridled joy? But the joke was on me because I kind of thought it would.
Why am I unhappy? Okay, Stephanie Gaga hybrid person. Why are you unhappy?
I was a millionaire. I had beautiful women in my life. I had cars, a house, an incredible, a solid gold career, and a future. And yet, on a daily basis, I wanted to commit suicide.
When those things came, the happiness wasn't there, and I realized why that was. There was such an attempt to achieve these things and to keep going that you lose sight of the people and the blessings that you have around you.
And when you have all this stuff, it doesn't mean you're happy.
A lot of people think getting famous will save you, that it will grant you the life you feel you're owed and spare you certain indignities. I was pretty bummed to realize that rather than lessening or eliminating my insecurities and least attractive qualities, it basically poured fertilizer on them.
Has your happiness risen at the same amount as your bank account?
No. That's the thing. They don't
equate, or they're not tied in any way.
They're not tied to each other.
Wow.
I mean, it allows you freedom and it allows you to go places where you can smile and look at the sunset and things like that. That's what you choose to do and you enjoy to do.
Right.
But there are a lot of people with tons of money who are unhappy.
We are told that if we're beautiful, if we're skinny, if we're successful, famous, if we fit in, if everyone loves us, that we'll be happy. But that's not entirely true. But the most important journey I think all of us will go through is the journey in ourselves, to find our truth, to find who we are and what makes us happy.
So what did I do? I started to say no. I'm not doing that. I don't want to do that. I'm not taking that picture. I'm not going to that event. I'm not standing by that because that's not what I stand for. And slowly but surely I remembered who I am. And then you go home and you look in the mirror and you're like, yes, I can go to bed with you every night. Because that person, I know that person. That person has balls, that person has integrity, that person has an opinion.
And why do you want to do anything you do? It should not be motivated by something that you think is going to make fulfillment comes from within you, by being authentic to yourself, not chasing fame.
Life is about balance, right? You have to have some type of balance. You have like time for work and it's time for play. And if you don't allow these two things to coexist, you have an imbalance.
Here, I think one check, one is because of $1 million. But here, no peace. That $1 million will not bring inner peace, happiness. More frustration. This money bring more frustration, more suspicion, more anxiety, or sometimes more jealous then. So inner peace is the ultimate source of happiness, joyfulness. So I think people do not understand that.
Are you a rich man?
When you mean rich, what you mean?
Do you have a lot of possessions? A lot of money in the bank?
Position make you rich? I don't have that type of richness. My richness is life, forever.
What would you like to do if money were no object? How would you really enjoy spending your life? But it's absolutely stupid to spend your time doing things you don't like in order to go on spending things you don't like and doing things you don't like, and to teach your children to follow in the same track.
To decide, but first we need to be clear. Success does not mean happiness, but hopefully success should lead to happiness. Those are two different things. But so success is just setting targets, meeting targets, good. But if that target, one of the targets is being happy after that, then maybe target not complete. Secondly, when I watch this video, I come to the conclusion that happiness is a choice. And that's what I'm just working on now. To learn to be happy now, to be happy then, now, and in the future. Because if it's not clear that, okay, when I'm able to party in Ibiza, or when I have 10 houses, or when I'm now living in New York, those in New York are not happy, then there's no guarantee that when I get it, I'll be happy. But it's just obvious that if I choose to be happy every time, I might get to the New York, I might not get there, but I'll still just be happy. That constant state of happiness. So happiness is a choice, which I think at times when we're addressing some of these political, social issues here, basic things like this should come up, because the everyday mental health of the African should also be a priority. And we should not just be in survival mode of I need food, I need money, I need it. Should all of those things influence your happiness? But we should also discuss some of these basic things like happiness. Also, I think that concept that happiness is tied to success and success is tied to material things can be very erroneous, because we are seeing people in this video who have success, they have material things excess, but they don't have happiness. So maybe material things is not everything, and if you tie that as a criteria for your success, you might not meet up, and if you tie it as a criteria for your happiness, you might not meet up. So it's just conditioning your mind to be happy no matter what. And also, one thing that came up very obviously or very clearly in this video was it's very lonely at the top. And I think these are some of the things that for those who are trying to get to the top, you should condition your mind so that it does not take you by surprise. That I'm going to be lonely when I get to the top. I was watching one of these Indian guys in an interview where they asked him, like, do you wish that you get your old life back when you were unknown and fans were always chasing you? And the guy was like, madness, no way. He could not have spent the first 20 years in his life struggling to be a star. And then now that he's a star, the things that come with being a star, he's acting like he does not want that. He's wishing not to be a star. That's just a recipe for sadness. You wanted to be a star, you worked 20 years of your life to become a star. Now you're a star, you're wishing that you're not a star. So you are going to spend the next 20, 30 years of your life trying not to be a star. Then by the time you are done with trying to be a star and trying not to be a star, then you are dead. You just came to this life to be trying to do something, never being something. So for me, it's very important to understand that it's lonely at the top. Prepare your mind for it. If you want to be at the top, be ready. If you don't want to be lonely, don't try to be at the top. Those are some of the things. So I know some people will be like, no, it's not true. You can have both. Sorry, sir. If you think that you can have both, go ahead, prove me wrong. But I think some of these things, I'm not the one saying it. There is that video where people who have been there, done that, are at the top are telling you, you cannot be sitting here and you're not at the top, and you have bought your internet for 100 francs, and you're arguing with people who have lived a life and they know what they're talking about when it comes to success. So as usual, with topics like this, I don't have much to say, because I don't know if your success and your happiness is really something I can sit and debate or have a very strong opinion about. I can just share what I think about life in general when it comes to these topics, but I can't say much. So as usual, it's your boy Ambassador. I'm out.
Just my opinion.